Yes, hello. Today we'd like to introduce you to another product. These are the Hydromax. They're available in 3 different sizes. They're suitable for smaller raised beds on balcony terraces. You can bring them in there, or like this, now we have a larger raised bed that stands on the ground. You can bury the larger units here. The whole principle works like this. You bring in water up here, so to speak. We can film that right now. You can get a watering can. Then we can fill it up and bury it down here. Water is always released through this clay pot as much as the plant needs the soil at that moment. We can also bury one here in front. We have the little one here. Can you make a hole there for the little one? I want to show you how it works with the large one, with the medium one, so to speak. This will take a while now, until there. The water penetrates. The advantage is that unlike with watering, you don't water the whole thing. It's very hot. And what do you see here? I spilled a bit. Then the water comes in from the inside and gradually supplies the plant with water, as we'll see shortly. Anna, how deep do you insert these? A bit needs to look out. Exactly, that's how you can insert it. And depending on what the soil is like, there are different soils, naturally, such as loose or loamy soil. They also have an irrigation radius. For the small one, I think it was 60. Exactly. And for the larger ones, we have 90, and here 120. Exactly. So you have, for such a meter portrait, you can place such a 90 in the center as well. Or also, if you have a small one, you can possibly place one in the back and front. That is also possible. Watering is also quite easy, or just refill up here with the watering can until it is full. Then we also have a lid up here so that no insects can fall in and it can't dry out so quickly, because the soil should be kept moist at the bottom. And now we're already seeing over here what I just mentioned, that the whole thing is changing color down here. This means now the water that is inside comes out, goes nicely to the outside, and will then supply the soil that is in the bottom with water. And especially with tomatoes, they have thin, fine roots, and the whole thing drags on immediately. Is also very, very suitable for this. Better than the watering can. Yes, exactly, because the roots down there often form the majority. We unloaded some in the autumn, tomatoes, and they basically attracted all the roots to this terracotta cone like a magnet and sucked it straight from there, because of course particularly the tomatoes form thin roots very, very quickly towards the water. And the best part is, of course, you don't overwater them. That's correct. Exactly. You don't need to worry. I also do not need to check. I can even take a vacation for a week or similar. Exactly. Fill up all the tanks and you can load them in here wonderfully. As I said, we have them in 3 different sizes in our store, and they're very, very practical. Now you can see it even better here, how the whole thing is changing color. I filled it halfway just now, and when it's totally full, it will change color completely, release all the water, and perfectly nourish the plants. Yes, this is our Hydromax series, available in our shop in 3 different sizes. This is what they look like. They offer very, very good benefits. And I think even for people who don't have a green thumb. So in autumn, just take out the whole thing because it can also freeze. Then you can clean the whole thing a bit with a brush. It's still very clean because it's just been planted. But then clean it with a brush. Just take the water out of the whole thing again. And even if you have a brush, there are these baby brushes, I remember them from my child, or others just in there. Scrub the whole thing a little, especially if you use lime water, because many have very calcareous water. Just clean them in autumn and take them out, because otherwise the clay pots can break due to the water pressure and frost.